Today we're going to be talking about pre-shot routine and the importance of a pre-shot routine. And why is it so important? Well, think about it. It's routine, right? We keep it the same every single time. The other big factor with having a pre-shot routine is it helps with nerves. Anytime you're getting down maybe to that 10th frame and you're trying to bowl 300 for the first time, or you need a strike in a tournament to win $1,000 or $5,000, stick with that pre-shot routine, and that's going to help you get through the nerves. Let's take a look at some players that have really unique pre-shot routines. Starting with Jason Belmonte. See how he grabs that bowling ball, hand over the air, puts the ball on his leg, looking down the lane, visualizing that shot he's about to make. He does it each and every strike ball, keeping that routine absolutely the same every single time. Another player with a really cool pre-shot routine, a little more old school, Norm Duke, right? Goes to the rosin bag, then after the rosin bag, pats the shoe, maybe a little love on the bowling ball, steps up on the approach, and he's ready to go. And now Wes Malott, very unique. I mean, he licks the shoe, he pats the shoe, blows in the thumb hole. This guy's got all the moves. But again, they're always the same each and every time. So there you have it, folks. You know, all pre-shot routines are different. You got to find one that works for you. But once you do, make sure you do it the same every single time and watch your consistency go through the roof. With the help of my friend David here, we're going to show you what a really good setup looks like. David, take your starting position. Now keep in mind, folks, he's holding a heavy object here, right? So it only makes sense that he's nice and balanced in this position. He wouldn't hold the ball out there to start with. It's too heavy, it's too hard to maintain this, too much tension in his swing. Also, he wouldn't hold the ball out here to start because that's going to create the worst direction of arm swing you could imagine. So he gets in this nice position right here. Look how balanced he is. This is a great starting position. Well, let's take a look at David's start here in his first two steps. Left foot's going to move first, followed by the right. Step, then ball. 5-step approach, step first with the left foot, then push with the right foot. That'll get you into really good timing. Now let's talk about the push-away. The push-away is vital because it determines the direction of the backswing. Now we don't want to push the ball in this direction because that's going to cause the swing to go behind the player, okay? I like something that's a little to the inside, which then makes the ball come a little to the outside and creates that beautiful out-to-in move. This is what we're looking for. All right, so let's talk about putting our feet on the approach properly. David here likes to use the inside part of his left foot, and you can see that he's putting it right there on the big dot, the 20 board, the middle dot. But the key here is that you line up the same way every time. Whether it's using your right foot or your left foot, the big toe on your left foot, doesn't matter as long as it's consistent. All right, folks, there you have it. 4 great tips that you need to take to your local bowling center and start working on right away. I can't tell you how many times in my teachings around the world that I've seen players get that swing behind them. That's a death move because from there, all you can do is wrap the ball around your body and that takes the hand with it and puts it in a really bad and weak position. The swings that we see every day on the PBA tour work exactly the opposite of that. They work from out to in. Let me show you from this position right here. Out to in. Now, obviously, a lot of it has to do with your push away and your timing, but that's the direction you want your swing to work in because when you work from out to in, it actually takes the hand and puts it in that real strong, powerful, perfect release position. All the elite players on our tour do that. You want to be an elite player, you have to do that as well. All right, now let's take a look at my 3 players and their swings. First, starting with E.J. Tackett, pound for pound, the most powerful strike ball on tour. I think this guy weighs like $130, but look at all the power he can create. But I want you to pay attention to the direction of his swing. Look how far away from his body it comes. And then on the way down, the ball moves to the inside, tucks underneath that shoulder, and look at where his hand is at release. perfect positions. The next guy, well, he's just the winningest player in the history of the PBA Tour, Walter Ray Williams Jr. He's been doing this forever. I saw him do this in the 80s. Look at that little bump as the ball goes past his leg. It almost like brushes his pant leg as it bumps to the outside and then returns to the inside on the way down. And last but not least, Jason Belmonte. I know we have a lot of two-handers out there. I want you to watch what he does. Now, he's not able to create a lot of backswing because his thumb's not in the ball, but watch what he does here in his third step. Look at how far to the left he goes, and that gets the bowling ball out away from his body and allows him to tuck it up underneath his shoulder in the downswing. Well, there you have it, folks. That's the way the swing works in today's modern game. Get a friend, your parents, a buddy, stand behind you with their cell phone. Take video directly behind your swing shoulder and watch the direction your swing is working in. If you can get it out to in, you're on track to be an elite player. Our first look is going to be Jacob Buttriff. Nobody slides more than Jakey. I mean, wait until you see how long this slide is. Jacob Buttriff with that unique style and form, rolls that ball up on his wrist, but what's most unique about Jacob is the amount of power he creates, and his feet never really come to a complete stop until the ball's at the arrows. Check that out. I mean, that is just incredible, the length of slide that Jacob Buttriff has. This next player had about a medium amount of slide. All set up by the pivot step, the step before the slide where you want to flex that pivot step to get you nice and level going into the foul line. Let's take a look at this guy. Who the heck is that? Randy Pedersen, wow. You know, I always used to work on my footwork and my leg work and making sure that I had a really good base and foundation when I got into the foul line. So that's why you see the amount of slide that I had. I had a heck of a time bowling when I stuck. When I couldn't slide, I had lots of trouble. Also, too much slide wasn't any good either, but if I had my pick, I'd take more slide over less slide. Our next look is going to be a great bowler from England, Stu Williams. And Stewie loves to have just the right amount of slide, and it's not that much, but there's still some there. Let's take a look. Look at that beautiful arm swing, that footwork. I love the upper body being forward. And then watch, not a lot of slide in that shot. He really plants and uses those legs to create leverage and power, doesn't he? All right, so there you have it, folks. 3 different ways to slide to the foul line. You've got the extreme Jacob Buttriff, me somewhere in the middle, and then Stu Williams is a little more of a planter. But I think if I were to pick one or the other, I would pick more slide over less.